That shining skyscraper says it's sustainable. But the truth, it's a carbon cathedral designed to impress investors, not to heal ecosystems. That shining skyscraper says it's sustainable. It glitters with glass facades, it boasts solar panels, it flaunts the little plaque of LEED Gold or Platinum certification. But the truth, it's a carbon cathedral designed to sell, not to heal our ecosystems. Welcome to the age of architectural greenwashing, where buildings promise to save the planet but quietly strangle it. Welcome to our exploration of greenwashing in architecture, where facades tell half-truths and sustainability is sometimes just a selling point. Greenwashing in architecture is a growing concern. Buildings boast of eco-facades and race for LEED certifications, yet they might not be as earth-friendly as they claim. We live in a paradox. Never before have we spoken so much about sustainability in architecture, and never before have we built so many structures that are hostile to the very future they claim to protect. Developers slap eco-friendly on their brochures, universities showcase shining new, sustainable centres, governments hand out awards, and yet, when we dig beneath the glass, steel and marketing slogans, we discover a grim reality. Most green buildings are not designed to heal, they are designed to sell. This is not just a miscalculation, this is a betrayal, because the stakes are not symbolic, they are existential. Let's take a deeper look. Consider the flashy LEED-certified skyscrapers that dominate city skylines, symbols of supposed green responsibility. In contrast, the CIRS at UBC serves as a living lab, truly embodying sustainable practices and real-world impacts. Let's break it down. Greenwashing in architecture takes many forms. The most common is eco-aestheticism. The idea that if a building looks green, it must be green. We drape structures in vines, add rooftop gardens, and slap solar panels on the crown. Suddenly, the skyscraper is reborn as a saviour. Another form is LEED chasing. LEED, BREEAM, and similar certification systems were meant to elevate sustainability. But in practice, they have often reduced it to a box-ticking exercise. Developers hunt for easy points, bike racks, water-efficient taps, recycled carpets, while ignoring the elephant in the room, the embodied carbon of construction. Consider this, the act of building itself, pouring concrete, forging steel, transporting glass, often generates more emissions than decades of the building's operational life. Yet most certification systems still privilege energy efficiency during use, not the devastating carbon debt embedded at the start. The result? We celebrate green skyscrapers that take half a century to offset the pollution required to build them. By then, the climate clock will have run out. The ethics of design honesty, known as EEQ, must be a priority. It's about more than just appearances. It's about making architectural choices that genuinely benefit our planet. With AIQ, digital twins emerge as powerful allies, capable of measuring the real impact of our structures. Now let's compare two realities. To truly dissect greenwashing, we need more than criticism. We need a framework for truth. Here is where we activate the power matrix, EEQ, AIQ, and SSQ. 1. EEQ, Ethical Empathy Quotient. At the heart of sustainable design lies honesty. A building must not only serve its users, it must serve the ecosystems it touches. If architecture hides its carbon costs, it is committing a form of ethical fraud. Ethical empathy means asking, what does this structure do to the river nearby, to the air, to the soil, to the generations yet unborn? On one hand, the glittering LEED-certified skyscrapers of global cities, from London's Shard to New York's Bank of America Tower, each marketed as a model of sustainable design. Yet, research shows these buildings guzzle energy, require constant cooling, and lock us into carbon-intensive infrastructures. On the other hand, the Centre for Interactive Research on Sustainability, CIRS, at the University of British Columbia, not just a building but a living lab. Its design is regenerative, not just efficient. It generates more energy than it consumes. It filters its own water. It uses salvaged materials. Most importantly, it is transparent. Its performance is monitored and shared in real time, allowing it to be critiqued, improved, adapted. The difference is not technical, it is ethical. One building hides behind its certifications, the other exposes its flaws, experiments openly, and dares to fail in public. This technology helps ensure buildings are more than just beautiful facades. Let's not forget SSQ. Our buildings are social ecosystems. They should support and connect communities, not just stand apart as sterile concrete edifices. 2. AIQ, Artificial Intelligence Quotient. Here, AI becomes our mirror. Digital twins, real-time data modeling, life cycle analyses. These tools allow us to measure what buildings really do, not what brochures claim. Imagine if every so-called sustainable building had its energy, carbon, and social impact displayed on a public dashboard, like calories on food packaging. Suddenly, greenwashing would be impossible. 3. SSQ, Social Sustainability Quotient. A building is not just walls and windows, it is a social ecosystem. A tower that wins awards for energy savings but displaces working-class families is not sustainable. A green development that erases community heritage is not sustainable. Social sustainability asks, who benefits, who is excluded, who is silenced? When we apply this matrix, most shiny skyscrapers collapse under scrutiny, but living labs, community projects, and regenerative campuses begin to shine. A building can be a mask or a mirror. Which one will we live inside? This poetic question challenges us to consider our choices in the spaces we build and inhabit. A building can be a mask or a mirror. A mask hides its true costs, dressing up destruction as progress. A mirror reflects back the reality of our choices, sometimes uncomfortable, always instructive. We must decide, will we inhabit masks or will we inhabit mirrors? The future of architecture will not be decided by glass facades or platinum plaques. It will be decided by truth. Truth in materials, truth in impact, truth in purpose. So here's my challenge to you. Think of the building where you live, work, or study. Does it wear a mask or does it hold up a mirror? Comment below. Have you lived in a building that pretended to be green? And remember, sustainability is not a marketing claim. It is a moral contract with the future. We want to hear from you. Comment below. Have you lived in a building that pretended to be green? Engage with us as we reveal the true faces of sustainable architecture.